I'm doing the unboxing of this huge monitor that I'm buying for replacement of my Apple Cinema HD 30-inch monitor. I'm gonna replace it with this one. This is the LG UltraWide monitor with a lot of bells and whistles. I hope it's gonna work well with my Apple ecosystem. It has Thunderbolt 3. I'm gonna be attaching it to an eGPU box, actually probably through the display port. But this thing is so huge, so I have to use my cooktop actually to do the unboxing. And yeah, let's get started. I've actually never seen the monitor before in person. There was no display of it, so I just went and bought it strictly from specifications that I liked. Let's see. Okay, so first thing we have is accessories. Energy standard, because it's so big, it's going to be the lowest energy standard, of course. You have a power cable. We have a USB cable. We have a good quality, I think, Thunderbolt 3 cable, which is nice. And we have the display port, port cable, and we have, I think that's for the stand. So here is the stand. It's an aluminum stand, which is nice. Nice aluminum stand that we're going to be mounting using our hands. It's a hand tightening. I don't know if you see it, but it's a hand tightening screw. So the stand is out of plastic. That I don't like, but it looks like it's from aluminum. Well, let's see how it will go. The monitor is super wide and big. It has two speakers on the bottom. That's probably a joystick and a power button. On the sides I don't see any other buttons. Yep, it is. Everything is controlled from this joystick, I think. So let's try to assemble it and see how this thing looks when assembled. Let's take it away. To assemble this, like I said, this is going to be the bottom. This one goes on top. Like that. Now, what you have to do is you have to tighten this screw. I think the weight of this monitor is actually more or less the same as my Apple Cinema display, which actually is also LG inside, both IPS type of monitors. Yeah. Now I have to clamp the monitor to this part and we're good to go. I think the easiest way to mount the bracket will be for the monitor to be facing down. Make sure it's smooth, don't scratch it. There we go. Face down. Boom. Nice and easy. And now this one goes like that. First, put the top. You see there, I'm not sure if you're seeing it, but those two locking mechanisms, they need to go up and then down, and that's it. And your monitor is installed. On the back of the monitor we have a Thunderbolt port. We have two USB, I think it's 3.0 or 3.1 ports. You have one display port. You have two HDMI ports, headphone out, and a regular USB. It's like a printer cable. This one can be used for software updates. And we have the power adapter. It's integrated. This one doesn't have an outside brick that sits. This one is integrated. Some people will find this as a plus. Some people will find this as a minus. If it burns, you have to open it and replace it from the inside. Hopefully it can. Because that's the advantage of having an outside brick. You can just replace the brick and move on. So the monitor tilts according to the manual. 17 degrees back and +5 forward. Well, mine wasn't tilting forward at all. It was just going straight. That was the maximum that you can tilt it forward. Backward was working, but forward, no. There was a problem in the tilt mechanism. I had to disassemble it. There was a screw that limits the movement back and forward. Well, the screw is apparently positioned in such a way that you cannot tilt the monitor forward. Without the screw, everything is fine and I can tilt it forward. And that's very important for me because in the future I will lift my monitor up because I have a laptop in front of it, then the monitor, so it has to be a little bit higher, and then looking down at me. Make absolutely no mistake, the monitor is huge. You need space to have this monitor on your desk. You're gonna be turning your head left to right quite a bit. Also, don't underestimate the power of your video card that you need to run this monitor properly. I have an external eGPU that I'm connecting this monitor to, and it loads the card much more than a 30-inch monitor. This one is a 5K 2K monitor after all, so a lot more pixels and you need a much more powerful video card. You can run this monitor off of your internal video card if you have a laptop, for example, but it will be constantly under a lot of load, and that's not good for laptop video cards that are soldered to your motherboard. You cannot replace them, so I do not recommend running those big monitors using just the laptop's video card. On the back of the monitor, this one includes a light sensor, so it can adjust its brightness according to your room light. I like this a lot, I use it. The only thing you need to know is that when you power on the monitor, sometimes you see, in the beginning especially, it tries to calibrate itself and it goes darker and whiter, but that's just like for 1 second and then it's all gone. I like it a lot, so I don't have to play with the joystick to lower the brightness of the monitor. This one is much more convenient for me. So this is how the monitor looks with my laptop. You can see the height that it goes to is not enough, so I will have a small table that will be lifting the monitor up. That's why the tilt issue that I fixed earlier was so important. This will give you an idea of how big this monitor is. Down below you're looking at 16-inch MacBook Pro 2019, and I have my website on the left, a website designing application in the middle, and a Word document on the right, all on one monitor. It is huge. The space is just enormous. The colors so far are really good. It's matching really well my P3 monitor from the laptop. It's actually even better. It is P3 certified 98% coverage of the whole gamut, so it's really nice, really unified colors. The angle of view is really nice also. The refresh rate is very good, much faster than my older one. You can see it works very good. I'm happy with the monitor. Of course the materials could have been better, but then the price will go up to Apple's price range, and this one is much cheaper than the Apple equivalent. One last thing, the stand is not very sturdy, so if your desk is shaking a little bit like mine does, it can be shaking a little bit, so you can see if I'm just knocking on the desk, the stand is not very sturdy. It's not like the Apple Cinema display, which is fixed to the monitor and it doesn't move at all. So what I tend to do is I'll put this monitor to my eGPU so it touches, so it doesn't move, and that's how I fix that issue. That's all. If you liked the review, let me know in the comments. Please subscribe, or if you have any other questions, put them down in the comments below. Thank you.